Hi, my name is Ngô Quận. Thank you for listening my presentation about the job application. So, following the assignment, they are assume that I am unemployment and I'm seeking for the job, specifically in the teaching language. And I see on the banners or the advertisements about the school ABC language. They also hiring the employment working for them. You can see on the slide a PowerPoint. They have six main points in my video record. I want to say introduce requirement, introduction about the CV, like craft, method teaching, objectives, and the goals. The last one is the conclusion. So move on for the first part. You can see on the banner the school ABC language, they are hiring the language teacher who can teaching the foreign student and the business as well. And they make a phone call of below the banners after 7 half a.m. So I will introduce a little bit my CV. As you can see on the slide, my name is Ngô Quốc Ân, and of course, I am the teacher. And at the present, I am the professional in language and teaching not only the student in my country, but also the foreign student in around the world. With more 7 years, I am researching for the method, making a presentation, and teaching for over billion students in the world. I am kind of very proud of my talent and my presentation too. So the next is my work experience. I am interpreter at the 2014-2016, and at that moment I am using both languages for teaching include English and Vietnamese. So Vietnamese is my mother language, and of course I am the expert in the teaching English. In the year 2016-2021, I am the professional teaching because based on many central VUS location in my countries, I teach in many. So which means they also have my profile as well. If you can search on the internet, I am teaching many in the central English VUS. It's kind of location very famous in my country and also in the world as well. So I decided to quit the job 2021 because I want to make a freelancer. At that moment, it's just like a crazy decision because I want to freedom in my timelines of living. I want to play or entertainment more, but I also still earning money from the income by teaching offline the foreign and the native speaker, but in different central location is the IELTS fighters is also famous with the VUS in my country as well. And you can see on the education about me. Of course, as a teacher teaching for a million students in the world, I also have the certificates I have with the brand Apple Zero. And the year 2014 and 2016, I am the professional professor at the languages, and I'm teaching at the Harvard University, Cambridge, in the USA. So you see on my profile, right? Is the big deal. So in this slide, I make a slide craft for us can understand clearly and obviously about me. This the student are learning with me through the year 2020 until 2022. The line zero on the table will represent for the student foreign graduate Vietnamese languages, and the left one is the native speakers. So you can see in the total, the line zero just have nearly 300 students, and I'm teaching and have the graduate Vietnamese languages. The left one is a crazy number because it is exactly 700 in 2 years. 700 students graduate the English languages in the 2 years. It's just the minimum kind of average student I'm teaching. It's not a successful or so. Just say about this, like for reference. So after year a year I'm teaching, I also try to figure out the method of teaching, and I realized three concepts of the keywords when I'm teaching for the student is the minigame, enthusiastic, impatient, and the patient. Empathy and the patient. So minigame is kind of activities for student and the teacher can interact it between of them. From that, teacher also can check check out the marks for the student and the student can easily understand about the knowledge a language when playing game. So playing game funny more learning, right? So mini game is kind of activity like this. Enthusiastic. Enthusiastic is one of the most important when teaching for the student because if you have enthusiastic, patience, and you always try to make a difference from each of lessons, it can make a more lesson interesting and attractive more student. And from that, the student also attracted by the teacher and they want to learning more about the lessons as well. It will decrease the boring when learning with the teacher. And the last one in empathy and patience. This kind of method I will check it out. I mean I will figure out many different level between of student because they have a variety student with variety level when they working or studying from each of them as the person who are teaching for the student. I also patient to listening on of the problem issue to solve the best solution for uh, each of them. The last one is about objective and the goals. So I also share for the I mean I think they have many of factor the keywords, but the three I think important is the reality, expectation marks, and critical thinking skill. So what is the reality? It's like the method, the objective, and the goals I want to directly directly for student because they not just learn English for the language or any kind of languages for finding the certificates. Besides that, they also need to use their knowledge into reality like speaking, communication, and make a relationship between of them. And the next is expectation marks. So when you are the student, you want to finding the expectation marks for each of them. And also as a person who are teaching for the student, I will try to communication and patient to listening of each of them for figure out what is the best expectation marks they want to be. And of course, this is relevant about the certificate as well. The last one is about critical thinking. Is it extremely useful because in the high school and university they don't teaching so much. Critical thinking skills are most important when you're working or studying. It's like when you have the many problem, you can solve in many different way. And critical thinking skill also important. So in conclusion, thank you for listening my presentation about the job application. which means thank you directly for the ABC Language School. And I hopefully can get your receipt rely about my interview today through the camera. So again, my name is Ngô Ân. Thank you again for listening my presentation and thank you.